Hi everyone, Carla here from Happy Tales Farm. This week we're going to go more in depth into actual behavioral issues to help you learn how to deal with those issues in your home so that you don't consider giving your pig away, or if you are considering that, maybe this can give you some motivation to be able to take another shot at it. Please understand that most pig issues, whether that's depression or aggression, that comes actually from the hands of us humans. Often you'll get this cute little piglet in and they're doing all these naughty behaviors and we don't correct it when they're young. Then they grow up and maybe they've moved on to another home, and these things just perpetuate and get worse. So today we are going to talk about aggression, and specifically the act of lunging. And I would just like to put a shout out there to Presley, because he's a little pig I know that has a very dedicated mom that has been working with me to really make sure that he learns some rules and that she can keep him. So kudos to you, and kudos to Presley for trying his best. Okay, so your pig is lunging at you. What do? Okay, so what you need to do first is you need to build some type of rapport with your pig. So if it's an outdoor pig, perhaps put them in a stall like you see behind me. You can see through the bars there. Or you could, maybe if you have a backyard and a fenced area, your pig is on one side of the fence, you're on the other side. Or if it's in your home, your pig is, you have a baby gate and your pig's on one side and you're on, whatever. You can figure that part out. You want to talk to your pig. Pigs are generally very food oriented, so maybe giving a Cheerio here or there, some lettuce or whatever their treat is. No donuts and things like that, but the occasional cookie might be okay, or cracker. Of course, no chocolate. But I digress. Again, you're only going to be doing that maybe initially, just to win your pig's trust. So let's say you've done some bonding, and now it's time to get in with your pig. And your pigs are going to lunge at you if you have not established yourself as dominant. Now you may think, listen, I've moved the pig, I think I've done everything, but whenever that pig lunges at me, I back away. And that's telling the pig clearly that you're not in charge. You never ever want to back away from your pig if you can help it. So basically, you've bonded with your pig, but what you need to do next is put your own mindset in check. So these animals are big and they're strong. Sylvester's 275 pounds, and there was a time that Sylvester was somewhat aggressive towards us, and he would charge my husband. So I have actually gone through this with pigs myself, and that's why I'm able to share that information with you. And I do this in the hopes that I can help you with your own pig at home, so that, we can keep Piggy in their rightful spot, and that's with you. You're going to need some tools, okay? So you're going to need some high boots, because gosh forbid that pig could bite, and they can bite at any time. So if they're lunging at you, that's a warning. They didn't bite you. They can bite you, and I'm not talking about those little nudges with their snouts, or even the little, they do, sorry, it's kind of silly, but they do, they'll go like that, and try to get your hand. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking that your pig could grab a piece of you and pull it out, okay? They are very strong animals, and there is a potential for them to hurt you. So this is why you don't want to joke around with this. You don't want to bring this large animal into your home, or a little tiny animal into your home, and not train them, because you could get really hurt. Most of the time, they're not going to bite you. They're just going to warn you. They're just going to see if you're tough enough. Okay, and then they're going to put you in that order to see, and if they're on top, they're going to continue lunging at you. So you're going to want to have high boots. That's just to protect your shins, because even the smallest little tusk on your leg can cause quite a cut, and I can attest to it. So tall boots, and then you need to get something called a pig board. Now this can be fancy. You can go online and you can buy one. I've seen them online. They're plastic, but all they are really is a barrier. So you're looking at it's got to be big enough, wide enough that the pig can't see around it, and it's got to be tall enough that they can't see over top of it. Now keep in mind, pigs, the way that their faces are designed, cannot see, they can't lift their heads up and look up, so they can't actually see above. So it's just kind of got to be above their heads there. and you want to be able to have it so that you can move quickly with it, so you don't want it to be too heavy. Here I simply have a large piece of cardboard, and that's just so that I don't hurt my back. And I had to use that a lot when Sammy came because he wouldn't come inside. So the only way I could get him to come back into the barn at night was to use the pig board. And in essence, that's moving the pig, but this is like step one. Because moving the pig can be a bit challenging when you have an aggressive pig, because guess what? They can just turn around and then challenge you down. So that board will prevent that until you're able to get your pig listening enough and understanding their place in the herd. So a pig board is very important. It does not have to be fancy. It can be just a piece of plywood, just something that you can grip. And what you do with that is if you want to move the pig, you will hold that board in front of them and walk in the direction you want them to go. And they won't like it, but what will happen is they will go in that direction. It's actually quite astonishing. Now, if you have a particularly ornery pig or a pig that's never been exposed to a pig board, they just do not want to go where you want them to go, they will certainly try to dart around you and do what they can, but do not give up. Don't give up. Stay strong. Keep your head in check so that you can make sure that your actions are showing the pig that you are in charge at all times. So to recap, bond with your pig. Okay? Now once you have a rapport with your pig, you need to start training with your pig. Always wear tall boots to protect your legs, have a pig board, and keep a mental check at all times. Never show fear. Your pig can sense that, and fear is weakness to them. So you're afraid, you're definitely going to be below your pigs, okay? So it doesn't sound very complicated, and it's not, but what it's going to take is a lot from you. It's not going to take a lot of work for your pig, really, because your pig wants to listen to you. Your pig may be very aggressive because they've had a bad past, and they're sad, and they're scared, and all these things, manifest in aggression, because that's just how they work. So your pig, may lunge at you. Generally in a herd, you want to understand the dynamics. Pigs are going to charge, usually from behind or from the side, up on the neck of other herd members. So don't be surprised, if your pig comes in behind you or comes to the side. You need to be aware at all times, but you'd have to try as hard as you can to be tough and not afraid. You can't give in, because once you back up, you've got to start all over again, and basically everything you've gained, you've lost. So I would say, one of the most important things are going to be consistency. You're also going to need to ensure that your mind is in the right place. If you're having a sad day or you're feeling crummy, don't train that day. When you are doing this stuff, make sure you're above your pig. You don't want your pig to lunge at you when you're crouched down. It could just knock you over, or you could hurt yourself. When you're standing, you're showing dominance because you're higher than the animal. So I can't keep talking because I tend to do that a lot, but I'm going to let you go now. But if you have any questions specific to lunging behavior, please feel free to email me, or if you have any questions on any topic you want covered, particularly regarding behavioral issues, because I would like to address those for everybody, please send me an email at inquiry@happytalesfarmsanctuary.ca. So remember, check your head, bond with your pig, move the pig. If you can't move your pig, use a pig board and wear tall boots. Don't ever let that pig move you. From all of us here at Happy Tales Farm, have a fantastic day.